A 5.56 millimeter magazine-fed, gas-operated, air-cooled, semi-automatic, or 3-round burst, handheld, shoulder-fired weapon. The military's definition for a weapon that has been a staple for U.S. forces for almost 60 years. Most civilians know it simply as the M16. Though small modifications were made to suit the modern battlefield, the M16 has remained largely unchanged for its long and storied career. With a fully loaded rifle weighing just over 8 pounds and, due to the small caliber size, the ability to carry over 200 rounds of ammunition, make it the soldier's best friend. However, the M16 wasn't always the near-flawless combat rifle we know today. During its early use in Vietnam, problems arose that could not be ignored. When it was first used by soldiers during the early years of the Vietnam War, the rifle had a serious jamming problem. By failing to extract a used cartridge and reloading a new one, the rifle was so new to the Army in every way that the Pentagon considered it a self-cleaning weapon and didn't issue cleaning kits to the soldiers that used them. Soon, these problems came to light to the Pentagon and improvements were immediately made, giving it a chrome-lined barrel that helped prevent overheating and slowed carbon buildup. A forward cyst was also added, which helped the user manually seat the round in the firing chamber should the weapon fail to do so automatically. Eugene Stoner was born on November 22, 1922. After graduation of high school, he began working at the Vega Aircraft Company installing armament. During World War II, he enlisted for aviation ordnance in the Marine Corps. In 1954, he became chief engineer at Armalite. While there, he developed his AR series of rifles, the AR standing for Armalite Rifle. The only of which that saw success was the AR-5 Survival Rifles, which was issued to the Air Force. In 1955, he then created the revolutionary AR-10, a semi-automatic and fully automatic 7.62 caliber rifle. This rifle, with scaled down caliber to .223 Remington, created the AR-15. Which was later adopted by the U.S. Army as the M16. The new linear design for the M16 was unheard of and never before seen. This design was to prevent kickback or the raising of the barrel during fully automatic fire. The weapon, with its buffering spring built all the way into the stock, not only improved the rate of fire of the weapon, but also reduced the recoil of the rifle significantly. Because of the rifle's straight design, raised sights were needed to meet the level of the user's eye while the cheek rested on the stock. Eugene Stoner, with his experience in aircraft and their light materials, designed the rifle to be as light as possible. The first combat rifle to use a synthetic stock instead of wood, many soldiers thought it looked and felt like a toy, didn't initially trust it. However, through its extended use, it became a weapon no soldier would be without. The rifle could even hold a mounted M203 grenade launcher, thereby removing the need to carry a completely separate weapon into combat. Accurate up to 600 meters, it still met the military's rigorous requirements for a rifle. An unaimed round can reach 3,600 meters before hitting the ground, and when aiming at a small area instead of a single target, can reach 800 meters easily and accurately. The weapon's overall length was 986 millimeters and also had an optional magazine size of either 20 rounds or 30 rounds. The rifle's maximum rate of fire was between 650 and 750 rounds per minute. The designs for the M16 were bought from Armalite by the Colt Company based in Hartford, Connecticut. Though Eugene Stoner and Armalite created the weapon, it was Colt that convinced the Army to buy it. To this day, Colt still holds exclusive rights to sell the M16 to the United States military. With over 8 million units used worldwide by multiple nations' militaries and police forces, the M16 has proven to be the weapon of choice for many who have use for it. But how does this revolutionary rifle work? What makes it so reliable and accurate? Why do so many swear by the M16? Though the M16 may seem complicated, its simplistic design makes it easy to maintain even with the smallest education about the rifle. The M16 has 8 steps in its function. Feeding, where the magazine pushes another round up into the receiver. Chambering, where the bolt pushes the round into the chamber. Locking, the bolt locks in place so as not to move. Firing, the firing of the round. Unlocking, the bolt unlocks from the chamber in preparation to slide back. Extraction, the bolt removes the spent cartridge from the chamber. Ejecting, the spent cartridge is thrown out of the ejection port of the rifle. And cocking, the bolt moving rearward brings back the firing pin to prepare for the next round of ammunition. But the internal workings are important as well to the functioning of the weapon. When the trigger is pulled, the hammer is released, striking the firing pin and expending the round. The trap gas then propels the round forward and the bolt rearward when it reaches the gas tube near the end of the barrel. The bolt, moving rearward, resets the hammer to its original place where it's caught by the disconnect. In full auto mode, it is the sear interrupter that catches the hammer, so that it will not come up again until the bolt fully seats, pushing the sear interrupter out of the way for the hammer to strike the firing pin, restarting the process all over again. But with new conflicts, the Army needed something new. Fully automatic used up too much ammunition, but they still wanted to put an adequate amount of fire onto an enemy. And thus, the M16A2 was created. While no longer capable of firing until the rounds in the magazine were expended, it could now fire 3-round bursts with each pull of the trigger. This helped to stop soldiers from expending ammunition too quickly and prevented kickback from causing a soldier to lose his target after 3 rounds were fired. Still capable of mounting an M203 grenade launcher on its underbarrel, this model of M16 would later become the starting point for the creation of the M4. After the A2 came the M16A3 and A4. The A3 was once again capable of fully automatic fire, and the A4 was once again burst. However, it was the new flat rail top which allowed for any sight that the user desired, and rail system that allowed for ease of attaching and removal for the grenade launcher and other various attachments. These things making the M16 even more versatile than it already was. Later came the M4, basically an M16A2 with a rail system, shorter barrel, and collapsible stock. The weapon was ideal for close combat and urban environments. Just as modifiable as the M16A4 and A3, it soon became a favorite of soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. The rifle on today's modern battlefield needs to be accurate, versatile, reliable, and easy to use. The M16 meets all of these requirements. With its many unmatched abilities, the M16 is sure to see continued use by the U.S. and other militaries. Though the weapon may not stay the same, it will still be the M16. just as the weapon was in Vietnam, in the invasion of Panama in the early 90s, today's modern battlefield, and civilian target shooting. The M16 will continue to be a rifle that many will refuse to be without. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and would like to see more like it, then please subscribe. If you have an idea on what weapon you would like to find out more about, please leave a comment below. It can be anything from a grenade to a battleship. Thank you for watching How Weapons Work.